This is mainly the top 6 cars to get in 2025. This is international. Obviously, this may be a bit more US based, but most of them you can get them internationally. You just can just apply of them online. You can get the deposits online. It does not really matter. You can get them anywhere in the world. Mostly one that we're going to be studying over is Capital One Secured. The difference between the secured and the unsecured version, and the reason why it's last place, is basically it doesn't have much APR. It doesn't have mainly enough cashback or basically any rewards for that matter, right? Not collecting miles or the things that you're going to do with the other cards, but it's mainly the reason is when you have no credit score or have a bad credit score, this is a fresh restarter or starter for your journey as collecting credit. Why is credit even super important in the first place? You need to get a house, you need to get a car, and you don't always need to buy them in cash. And the problem is with houses and cars and all these big purchases, you cannot really buy them in cash, at least for the average citizen. You're gonna need to be making payments to the bank, on a prolonged period of time. But you're gonna have to build your credit, because at the end of the day, you're probably gonna be buying a house or wanting to buy a house or wanting to finance a car or lease a car or something like that along these lines. Obviously, if you have a really high credit score, banks are gonna give you a way better interest and a way better period of time depending on your bank. Credit is super important, at least when you're gonna be an adult. Unless you have millions of dollars in the bank and you can buy everything with cash. And even then, that wouldn't be as smart, because any real estate agent, anyone who has lots and lots of real estates, doesn't matter if it's a car wash or if it's a house or has lots and lots of real estate, all of them will tell you to buy it with a loan, to buy and be paid. Do not buy anything with cash. Let's say you buy a house with 400k, an asset. It's not gonna net you much because you're gonna be paying it with 400k. But if you put on, let's say, 10% of that or 20% of that, 80k, and be paying it monthly, you're gonna put a tenant or two tenants, depending on the house. They're gonna be paying you rent, and that rent is gonna be going your monthly payments. And those monthly payments are gonna be essentially for free because they're gonna be paying it for you. Instead of putting that 400k in that house, you can spread it out, buy 5 houses with it, with 80k each house, and all of the tenants will be paying you your monthly payments plus profit. Capital One Platinum Secured, it doesn't have anything really. It's just a secure deposit where you're gonna be paying. So you're gonna be paying a refundable deposit, which ranges from $100 to 300 to 400 bucks. You're gonna be putting that in a credit card, and it's obviously gonna be a deposit where you're gonna keep getting it back when you prove to the bank that you can actually a reliable customer, which can give back the payments and actually trust the customer. So after a prolonged period of time where you actually keep making those payments and actually show and prove to the bank that you can actually make those payments, give and slowly refund you your deposit. Maybe if you want a bigger limit, they might ask you for a bigger deposit. If you're new or restarting, the way better to go for the secured. Obviously, after a prolonged period of time, it's going to be to unsecured, but that is mainly if you want to be a starter. Obviously, search up for identical cards that have secured next to them, and it's gonna be a great start or restart, because if you have a bad credit or no credit, almost no bank's gonna trust you with their credit cards. So it's best to just actually go with a secured one. Next on the list, it's gonna be Citi Double Cash. So why is it the fifth one? Because it's mainly for cashback purposes. They give you 2% on all purchases, 5% on hotels and visits and stays. They have a welcoming bonus that give 200 bucks if you spend 1,500 bucks within 6 months with them. And it also is a pretty safe card. It basically has a no annual fee, so you're not going to be paying anything yearly for a card, which is, for most cards, that's super rare nowadays. But yeah, mainly it lacks welcome bonus, it lacks travel bonuses, it lacks many rewards that other cards on the list will have. Usually, if you actually want to get started, you actually have some decent credit score, and you can actually want to be getting some cash backs or want to be getting anything out of them. More for lazy people who just don't want to really get into that entire debacle of annual fees, of welcoming bonuses, or any big crazy stuff that most credit cards actually offer. It's pretty safe, low maintenance, low everything, and it just gives you big cash back, and you can actually build your credit score. Next one on the list is actually gonna be the American Gold Express card. That is usually the best if you're gonna get a step further into the credit card business, and if you actually spend a lot on dining and traveling, because you get 2x the points when you're actually traveling and you're spending the money on traveling. and 4x the points when you're out dining on restaurants or food related services. It mainly suits for high spenders, food and other stuff that you spend a lot. It's pretty niche, so if you're actually not spending that much and you're really chill about using your credit cards and all that, you're not really gonna need this. But if you're traveling or having any meetings with any people and you're actually spending much money on dining out with your family or whoever, this is gonna be your best friend. Your travel insurance, if anything happens, they can pay it for you and actually head you back to your homeland. You're also gonna get rental car insurance, which is super important when you're using cars overseas. Since you're gonna be getting all of these reward points, you're gonna be spending them on travel, hotels, and many other things that they actually offer you within their program. And trust me, they're a crap ton. I mean, there are many celebrities that have actually, I mean, you can see this clip right here.
I just bought a 16-inch MacBook Pro for free.
How much that laptop cost?
Fucking $3K.
He was able to make a $3,000 purchase for free. Dude, that's crazy.
I didn't have any credit. My credit score was 0 until like 2019.
So this is what he did, guys. He used an Amex business card, made a bunch of purchases for his business. That's all tax deductible. Then he got a bunch of free points from buying things that he was going to buy anyway. And now he was able to get a free laptop off of that. Do you guys understand the power of that? If he had just done everything in cash or debit cards like regular people do, he wouldn't have been able to get that laptop for free.
You use Amex points for everything. They travel, hotel, eating. You can get an entire, if you spend a lot, you can get an entire trip for free.
2 months ago, me and my girl went Puerto Rico. The flight and the fucking hotel, all points.
Obviously, don't overspend. Credit cards are dangerous if you don't know how to spend them. But you can get literal travel. You can literally travel from, let's say, the US to the Philippines, eat, dine, stay there, do whatever you want, all paid by the membership program. And then the best one on the list is gonna be Chase One Preferred Staff. You get 5x points on any travel purchased through their Chase travel program. 5x points, which is literally triple of or double of any other cards that I've mentioned. You earn 3x points on dining. You obviously get top protections with this card, extended warranties and protection purchases. You get no foreign fees purchased in any transaction fees, any foreign transaction fees. So you basically, if you're chilling in the Philippines or any other foreign currency, you're not gonna get charged any other fees if you're actually exchanging a peso or a dollar or a euro or whatever currency they're using. Everything is my opinion because I've actually used most of them, but this is the most and maximum amount you can get out of any card. This is literally the most that they offer. Any of the points, point usage, travel usage, insurances, they literally cover you with everything. They give you so many points on everything. But obviously the drawbacks are that you gotta be a frequent spender, right? If you're not a frequent spender, you're gonna be hammered with annual fee. It's a $95 annual fee, but they don't even accept most people because most people don't even have that good of a credit. So build up your credit, see which one works best for you, and I'm gonna catch you in the next video.